So go ahead.
No, that's it. That's all I had to say about Letterman. All right.
Because I know the other day, someone was telling me there was something on the wrap-up show.
Go ahead.
About nobody wanting to
Yeah.
What was that, Gary?
You know what? It's funny, Howard. John was even struggling whether to include it as a clip. Basically, somebody called up and said that we're a bunch of dicks for not calling you out because your wife's doing a book, and you make fun of Imus when his wife does a book, or you make fun of Seinfeld when his wife does a book, or that sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. We discussed that at home.
Yeah.
When Beth got this thing. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess she could say that, but, I mean, I don't know. She does it for charity. I don't think these people do.
That's what the guy said, that they do it for charity, too, right?
Yeah. And then I was talking to Ralph the other day, and Beth, and this and that, and Beth said, yeah, like, does everyone think I'm just like your bimbo writing a book like, Imus's wife and this and that and the other thing? I said, yeah, there's going to be that crowd, too. You're going to get that shit. I said, but you did it because you love dogs.
Absolutely. I mean, she's totally committed to animals, and she worked really hard on it. I mean, that's all I know about it. I don't know that it's just some vanity project.
Yeah, my wife kind of said, you know what, I do get angry that I go on the Internet and there's so much misinformation about animals and dogs, especially when it comes to food and what to feed them and how to train them. And so the process began. So I don't know. I guess you could make fun of me for that, but yeah, I guess you could. Yeah, okay. So make fun of me. I don't give a shit. You guys work for me. Why make fun of me? Imus's people don't make fun of his.
No, but it's like, we're not Imus.
And the point was nobody has the balls to bring it up to you. Then I asked the woman what she did for a living, and I asked her, why does she go to...
All right, I'm going to give you the difference, okay? Okay, I just came up with a rationale. All right, tell me if you buy this. If you don't, I'll come up with a different thing.
Okay.
All right, here's my rationale. Imus's wife wasn't doing shit when he met her. He met her... They had a contest on the show to come on and be Imus's wife, to be basically to date Imus. She was doing nothing that I know of. I don't know what her work was. Okay. I know Seinfeld's wife. She's a really nice woman and everything. But I don't know what she was doing either. I don't know that she was a chef, and I don't know that...
Yeah, I don't know that she's a nutritionist or a cook or...
So my rationale is that Beth was a working woman who was, this isn't going anywhere.
I'm trying to think, because I'm thinking of Katie Joel.
Okay.
She did go to cooking school, and after she married Billy, she put out some cookbooks.
All right. Okay. So what am I saying? What's my rationale? I forget. That
Beth had a career.
Yeah.
And she's always had this love of animals.
Right.
This wasn't, some new persona for her.
I'm going with that.
I really, when I heard that argument, I was like, I don't see this as just, all of a sudden I got this thing and I'm going to put out a book. All of a sudden I'm an environmentalist. All of a sudden she worked and worked and worked and did all this research on her own. I know that.
Yeah. Yeah. She had her own career. In fact, she used to work on the Letterman show.
And she's, done a lot of stuff before she met you. She was in movies. She did a lot of things.
Yeah. All right, I'm going with that. There you go. Now argue with me. Who cares? I don't know. It seems better when my wife does it. When these other guys' wives do it, I
We understand it when she does.
Yeah, we understand when my wife does it. And when these other wives do it.
And again, it's not some frivolous book.
Yeah, it's not like she's doing it to help raise money and stuff.
But they're helping raise money, I suppose. I don't know where the money goes for the other things. I'm simply saying this is a substantive book.
Yeah, that's what I think. But all right, I don't know. Could be true.
Make fun if you want.
Make fun if you want. I really don't care,
Nobody here was thinking of making fun of
I just know I'm going to a lot. I'm going to California for a lot of talk show appearances, and Jimmy Kimmel's making a party for us at his house. Very impressive.
And I'm supposedly jealous.
Yeah, very impressive guest list, by the way, coming to this party. Evidently, it is the place to be in L.A.
Ooh.
What turned out to be just a night with Adam Carolla and Jimmy.
Turned into...
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of...
A star-studded event?
Well, yeah. Very, very big event.
Is it anybody Jimmy doesn't know?
But Jimmy knows a lot of the people.
Because I'm just wondering if people he didn't know started calling him, saying, I want to be at the party.
I just added Mark McGrath to the list, who contacted me on Facebook, who said...
Is that the real Mark McGrath?
Yeah.
Because he wrote me a note, and I was like, I wonder if this is really Mark.
Yeah. No, it turns out it is.
All right.
I think. I've been corresponding with this
Mark
McGrath.
McGrath.
But, yeah, so I think he's coming over that night.
Okay.
Jillian Barberie.
Of course. Oh, is she going to be able to contain herself? She might tackle you in a social situation, not be able to control herself.
The Arquettes are coming.
Uh-huh.
The
Cox Arquettes.
Cox Arquettes. I believe the Afflecks are coming.
The Afflecks?
Yeah.
Well, you almost are neighbors
Ben.
with them here, right?
That's right. I believe who else was on that list? I'll get the list, the guest list.
Wow, are the Damons coming?
I believe they might be, actually.
Really?
That's right.
The Afflecks and the Damons?
Might be a very major Hollywood party going down, and Jimmy's going to be cooking.
Some powwow.
It's a big powwow.
Is there pressure on him now?
Yeah. Evidently, it's going to be a very big powwow.
I hope he's a good chef.
Who knows?
Suppose Jimmy can't cook.
What? Yeah.
I don't know what goes on. He claims that he's going to be cooking the main course, and then the rest will be catered.
He might want to hire someone that night.
We'll see.
Why put the pressure on yourself?
Right. Enjoy yourself.
The Spielbergs can't make it.
Aw.
No, they were not invited.
Well.
But there is quite a guest list.
Yeah. I mean, how many people does his house hold? I mean,
I don't know, but it's
are we in the backyard? What is going on?
It's one of those old Hollywood parties that, like, they used to read with the Rat Pack.
Right. Will they be all lounging around the pool? What's going on with this party?
Yeah. They will be lounging. I don't know. It's supposed to be a very big happening. That Jimmy's coordinating.
Oh, but Leno won't be there.
No. Fuck him. That fucking asshole.
Stuttering John won't be there.
No. Fuck him. I go into a tirade because I see Beth is still friends with Susanna.
Yeah.
And I go, hey, every time I see that, I go to Beth. You can be friends with whoever you want, but don't fucking bring John around me anymore. He's a big fucking phony. And Beth goes, okay, calm down. I don't want to hear it. I love Susanna. She doesn't want to hear any negativity at home. She thinks I'm too negative. Can you imagine someone thinks I'm too negative?
Who could ever get that impression?
Right. All right.
I might tend to agree with it, except in that instance.
Well, she likes the wife, so what am I going to do?
I get that.
I like her, too. But
then how's she going to socialize with the wife?
She ain't going to socialize around me. That's going to be one of those friendships that is going to take place behind my back.
That would be like if she,
I don't want to know John.
Roosevelt.
Yeah.
And she was friends with Hitler's girlfriend.
Yeah. Well, I had John in my house recently, and then he backstabbed me on his stupid fucking emails or whatever he puts out.
It was like
I don't know why, but he did. I'm done with that. All right.
And she doesn't get involved in those things.
Who?
Your wife. She doesn't see the John thing?
She understands.
Okay.
She gets it. All right. But she doesn't want to be negative about them because she likes Susanna so much. And okay, I don't know. It's just one of those things. And I go, you wouldn't even know Susanna if it wasn't for me. And that makes no sense to her. She doesn't understand that. All right, this is mind-blowing. Now, stick with me. Unbelievable. All right, let's go to Brian. Brian, you're on the air.
Peace and love, peace and love. How you doing, Howard? Hey, listen, I was wondering if you guys listened to the wrap-up show yesterday where everyone was calling in and bashing Beth for not being an offer or getting special treatment because she's your wife, and I don't know if she...
Yeah, it was kind of an...
I listened to the wrap-up show.
I listened to some of the wrap-up show, and, like Beth said to me, it was really annoying, quite frankly. Our listeners are such fucking assholes. Not all of them, but there's a huge contingency out there that...
Well, the ones you're going to hear from are the people who are just the negative haters.
Yeah, and then, like, Beth's book is all the way up on the Amazon list, and Beth said, the publisher called me and said, don't go look on there. The fans are writing terrible things about me.
No.
And about how dare I call myself an author. Listen, let me tell you something. First of all, anybody who writes a book is an author.
And she couldn't have been more self-deprecating yesterday.
And she came in here and said, and everyone goes, well, this was the major comments from the wrap-up show. And I just sometimes can't think about how stupid my audience is. Number one, first of all, this is my wife. This is the woman I love. Okay? Little respect. Treat me like a fucking asshole.
I mean, really, you're treating me like I'm an asshole. What do you think? I married a fucking shithead?
Well, what are they saying that would make you say that?
I mean, this is a woman who so doesn't take advantage of me and is so good to me.
She right away says, I got a book offer because I'm a celebrity wife.
I'm going to get into that. And I was listening to the callers get it all wrong. After Beth had explained to them that, number one, she's been doing volunteer work for this North Shore Animal League. That's how she's into animals. She doesn't know anything about animals. She's not a dog expert of any kind. People began to contact her as if she was a dog expert, and she would begin to research and ask these experts in her life. These experts who she now knows because of me, she said. She said, I married Howard Stern, and suddenly, going from being a volunteer dog person, people think I'm an expert. And since I know a lot of experts, because people are paying attention to me now, I can find out the real answers to your questions. And so, as this started to happen, she was contacted by a book publisher who said, hey, you know, you're Howard Stern's wife, and we know you have this passion for animals. Would you write sort of the definitive dog owner's book? She said, wow, I don't know, you know, that's... And she even came to me and said, gee, it's going to be like, you know, she goes, it's like every other celebrity wife writes a book, you know, Amos's wife or, you know, Billy Joel's wife or this wife. She goes, you know, I don't even know that I need that. I said, well, you should do it, though. I said, it sounds like fun, and it's something you're passionate about. It's something you want to do. So I encouraged her to do it, knowing that a bunch of jerk-offs would probably say, oh, she's taking advantage of Howard.
Try to rain on her parade.
Then she contacts North Shore Animal League and says, I want to give money to you guys. I want to raise money for you guys. So it's not like she's trying to get rich. She's already rich. She married me. So what the fuck? What does she care about writing a book? She loves animals, and she thought she could get some good answers. So, okay. So then listeners are calling in yesterday, calling her Yoko Ono and this and that. Do you understand?
That's ridiculous.
Let me finish. Do you know who Yoko Ono is? Yoko Ono sat in a studio with John Lennon and the Beatles while they recorded. She wouldn't leave. My wife comes on this show maybe 2 times a year reluctantly. And I'm the one who said to her, you should come on this show first and promote the book because my listeners will listen to you. You know, and they'll get it. So I figured it would be the least harsh place to come. So then I bring in my wife, which everyone, I would assume, enjoys because I'm always talking about my personal life, my sex life. This is the woman I have sex with and I live with. It's kind of fun. And I know people enjoy it. And she doesn't abuse the privilege. She comes in 2 times out of the year. And now it's kind of like, well, we were just saying, like, don't even come in anymore. Because, you know, it makes you gun-shy because people are so vicious and negative. And she doesn't respond to the viciousness well because she doesn't
live in this world.
No, she's kind of shocked. I mean, first of all, everyone's criticizing her that she's ugly and she's a horse. And she goes, wow, you know, I was a model. And I go, don't even take it seriously. And then on top of that, she's a fucking bimbo and a moron, and that she's, she's using me to get her book out there and to get on the Letterman show.
Oh, my God.
She worked on the Letterman show. She's been on the Letterman show 57,000 times. She's done it. She's actually been a member of the cast, sort of, you know, the sketches, sketch cast, whatever you call that. So, you know, it was kind of annoying when I tuned into the wrap-up show, but I said, well, that's what it's for, and I kind of like the controversy and all that, and it was good radio, but at the same point, it was like I wanted to pick up the phone and scream and just go, you know, fuck you guys. Yoko Ono.
Why didn't you?
The Yoko Ono, why? I'm sick. I didn't want to deal with it. Yoko Ono, like I figured I'd be here today talking my brains out. Yoko Ono used to walk into a studio with the Beatles. First of all,
she interrupted the entire creative process. They couldn't work anymore the way they used to.
Yeah, I mean, and then started, you know, recording albums with John and all this other stuff. I mean, the comparison is just so ludicrous to me that it's ridiculous. Yeah, and she said, she walked in here and she said, I got an opportunity, a lot of opportunities, because I'm Howard Stern's wife. Opportunities I never expected in life. It's come to me. And I think I've put out a really good book. I mean, this review she got from this National Library of Congress something or other was a top review. And it turns out that the book is, you know, intelligently written. She put in more than a year of her life writing it.
I know how hard she worked because we used to be able to get together for dinner every once in a while. I haven't seen her in almost a year.
Yeah, I mean, you know, she really put a lot of effort in. She said, gee, you know, if I could... The thing was, when Our dog was not doing well with its fur and health and all this kind of thing. When she researched food, she changed the dog's life. And she says, well, if I could get your fans to, do that and maybe help them with their animal, I'll feel really good. The animal will be more comfortable. She said, my goal is to make animals more comfortable.
And people more comfortable with their animals.
She doesn't consider herself an expert. She doesn't know a thing, she said. I've learned, she said, a lot. But she went and researched. She uses 5 major guys who are experts in the field who helped her and answered a lot of questions for her. So that was it. So I got defensive listening to it for her because it's just like...
Well, how could you not?
Well, I even said to her, I said, why... She goes, this is it with the books and everything else. She goes, because she said to me, I don't want all this criticism. I thought it was a nice thing I was doing. So I just said, yeah, it's just fucking ridiculous.
You should never, you have to never go on those fan sites, never look at anything.
Yeah, well, she got sucked in, man, because... Yeah, I told her not to go. But even I went on. I just said, I got to read some of the shit. And it was just like one... No, I did. We were laughing. She was actually laughing at some of it.
But it's gotta. Yeah, you know how it is. You always concentrate on the negative.
I mean, I'm used to it. Because, I don't know, for some reason my fans love to bash me too. But, good Lord. She was getting slammed. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, these are my fans. This is the woman I love. I mean, I adore this woman.
You'd think they just... be happy you're happy and be happy she's the woman who makes you happy.
Well, a lot of people were angry and jealous because she got to write a book and they haven't because they're not married to me. And, she'd be the first one. I can't
imagine their books.
Can she look at it that way, though, Howard? Can she look at it and say, okay, well, there's a bunch of jealous fucks out there? And
she does. She has a good attitude. But at the same point, who wants to deal with all of this? Quite frankly, I mean... I just want a happy wife. You know the slogan, happy life, happy wife? Happy wife, happy life. I
don't know that slogan.
That's the slogan I go by. Happy wife, happy life.
Oh, you
absolutely true.
The Brian Phelan Kool-Aid.
Right. Well, yeah, he's right. And the thing is that, look, I don't know. And I thought it was fun to have her in here. And by the way, the whole thing just annoyed me.
It's fun to even watch you two interact with each other every once in a while, just to get a bird's eye view of your life.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm really considering this retiring thing. It's just like I just want to go off and live my life. I don't want to be
scrutinized. And commented on.
Yeah, it was like really vicious. Like I know there might be a couple of haters out there, but I mean, it was just like one person after another piling on. Even like on the wrap-up show, these are hardcore fans who actually pay for satellite. And, followed us over here. And I'm like, listening to this, and like, Yoko Ono, she's a fucking user. She's a fucking asshole. And I just went, whoa, this is my wife. You're talking about the woman I live with. This is the woman, like, I date a lot of women, and this is a woman I chose. What, you think I am, a douchebag? You think I'm that hypnotized by pussy that I'd marry a complete asshole?
It isn't even about what they think, that whether they think you're such an idiot. You know what your life is all about. Right. You know why you chose her and what you get out of it. And that's the bottom line. Right. These assholes just want to rain on your parade. They want to make you crazy.
Yeah, well, I'm crazy already, so it doesn't matter. I'm nuts.
Well, that's the only reason for making these calls, to try to ruin your life.
Yeah. Well, I heard Freddie on there. He nailed it pretty good, and I was listening to him.
So. I think the book is really good. I think people who are, love dogs or love pets, they're going to enjoy this book immensely.
That's the thing. The book is really good.
Yeah, it's like separate the fact that it's Howard's wife, read the book on its own merits, and then make your decision.
And knowing how much she cares about animals, she did take a lot of effort and care to make this a good book. She's really serious.
Yeah, she didn't want to put out a piece of shit. And, she got this opportunity because she's my wife.
But she didn't just blow it off and say, let somebody write a book and I'll put my name on it. She worked her tail off.
And she also gets, like, I don't sit here and tell you all this, but she gets a lot of offers because she's my wife, and she turns them down because she says, like Dancing with the Stars. If my wife was a big fucking... If my wife did Dancing with the Stars, I wouldn't even be married to her. I would just say, she's not my kind of person. The book thing I get. It's about animals.
It's her personal
But when she said I remember they called her to do Dancing with the Stars, and she said to me, I would never go on Dancing with... First of all, what business do I have being on Dancing with the Stars? Because I'm married to you? So then secondly, I don't want to humiliate us and me and all that other stuff. And she goes, and it's desperate. And, like, I always admired that. But, she's going to get opportunities, and once in a while she's going to take one. And I don't know, man. I'm a big supporter of hers because, A, she's my wife, and B, I have a lot of respect for her. But it really kind of sucked to see her getting smashed over the head. And I know, Beth's a really good-looking woman, and it's fun to take her apart. And all of a sudden you got the prom queen here, and you can bash her over the head with a fucking hammer.
Right, it's like Carrie. All of a sudden, pour the pig's blood on her.
Except this is my wife, and these are my fans, supposedly. And it's like, fuck off. Fuck a moron. And
it's like having a rude friend.
Yeah.
At a party who comes up and says inappropriate things and you have to call on the carpet.
Now, I also know people are going to say, hey, man, you make fun of everybody. You got to be able to take it. I go, hey, I can take it. I'm taking it just fine. I don't know if she can take it, but I can take it. I don't care. I'm the guy who's happy and going to bed with her and having a great life. Quite frankly, all your bashing might actually, make her cling to me more. I like it. We fucked last night. I'm happy. I'm a happy man.
Nice.
While you guys were bashing, you were with some old fucking hag.
Well, they probably weren't with anybody.
I was in bed with her. So there you go.
I was too.
Yeah.
Were you in bed with her?
No, I was reading your book.
I mean, it was like, I was just sitting there going, okay, do your thing, but these are my fans. I understand for my enemies, but fans.
Don't even call into other people's wives old fucking hags. Those are the women they chose. Let's hope they're happy with them.
No, they're not.
The whole thing is, the first thing she came in, the first thing she admitted was that she wasn't an expert. And it basically all boils down to jealousy. And Robin, you hit it on the head. These people that are calling in, it's like, okay, so they're the ones sitting by their fucking phone watching Jerry Springer and shit because they have no accomplishments in life. It's not like she sits by, does nothing. She actually does active work.
I get it. Look, I know it can seem hypocritical because I've goofed on Imus's wife 1,000,000 times, but not for the, not for the sheer joy of goofing on Imus's wife, but I don't know. I see a distinction. Imus's wife, what did we find out she was? How did she meet Imus again, Gary?
Supposedly she was a ring card girl that came to the show to promote something.
Yeah, and she won...
Wasn't there a contest or something?
She had a contest to be with Imus. I don't know. But I could admire that she's trying to help someone with her green products and all that kind of stuff.
But she does tout herself as an expert. I don't know how expert she is.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think Beth's a little more aware. I think Imus's wife takes herself very seriously. I don't think Beth does.
And a lot when Imus and she wind up on the Larry King show together.
Yeah, fighting with one another.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I just see a difference. And maybe I'm the blind one, but I don't think I'm wrong. I just don't. But, I know there's going to be a certain amount of bashing. What am I going to do? All right, hey, Chris, you're on the air. Go ahead. Good morning.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, Beth is great. All these fucking haters can go suck a cock.
I know.
She's a great person. She's great to hear on the air. She's funny. She gets your sense of humor. She has a sense of humor. And she's probably 10 times as smart as any of those haters out there. Ask anyone that's a hater if they've ever tried to write a book. It's the hardest thing to sit down and write a book.
Oh, it's the worst.
And even if the book isn't good, I'll bet it's good. I'm going to go out and get it just because I love dogs. And another thing is, I'll bet some of the proceeds from this book are going to help more dogs.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's a given.
Yeah, the people that call and are haters, they just want to get on the radio. I want to get on the radio, too. It's fun, but they're trying to...
Yeah, don't worry. I have a thick skin. I can deal with it. I get it. I get... And I also like that people do call it the wrap-up show and express their opinions. So I'm not upset about that. The wrap-up show is great. I love it. I get a kick out of it.
Some do it to be funny.
Yep, I know.
Some do it to be funny. And the ones, if there's any out there that are really serious, they're just the morons. It's great. You have them as fans and they're buying subscriptions, but...
But I will say this, and I'll wrap it up because I don't want to get into a long thing about this because I have a lot to get to.